Well, hello, my little owlets. Here is an all signs video for what is going to be a crazy, crazy full moon on Monday. And I'm going to share the article I wrote about it below in the description of this video on YouTube. If you haven't seen that already, to kind of describe what this full moon is about. But also, I do want to say that the Weirdly Magical podcast on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere that you can find podcasts, we also speak to each full moon and new moon. So we're on Facebook and Instagram, Weirdly Magical. The link for the podcast is on my website, louiseeddington.com, or on my collaborators' website, jenduchenne.com. So you can find lots of information from us about this really crazy full moon that is going to be square to Uranus. But the aim of this video is to give you an idea of the areas of life that will be affected. So we're looking at all signs. And I would ask you to, if you know your rising sign, base it on that, please, not on the sun sign. But if you don't know your rising sign, base it on your sun sign. It will still have some relevance. And this full moon is square Uranus, so it's going to be quite the change maker. But before I start with Aries, can I ask you to subscribe to my channel and maybe hit the little bell to get notified when I upload new videos, and also give this video a like. You know, YouTube is like any social media channel. It likes all the attention. So the subscribers and the likes, they get the video more attention as well as viewing it to the end. So here we go. So Aries, first of all. So areas of life that will be most affected for you are your goals and objectives, your friends and creative groups, your creative group expression, your humanitarian endeavors. You may feel pretty fired up to actually go, and protest for humanitarian endeavors, because this is Aquarius, and for you, it's in the area of your chart that's naturally ruled by Aquarius. You may be having some really big ideas and be able to see a lot of patterns right now, and really feel as if you're reaching a bit of a higher level of consciousness. Okay. And it could be a lot to do with groups that you hang with. So that's for Aries. For Taurus, okay, for Taurus, this is really about you, probably big changes coming up in your public reputation or your mission in life. Could be your profession, but if you're lucky, your mission and your profession tie in together. But if not, it's going to be about your real soul mission in life. Okay, it could be about your employer or your public relationships with your employers or authority figures in your life. It's about your power, your status, and self-discipline, or your relationship even with the government and the authorities. And there's a real break-free energy and individuation energy to this lunation. So if for Taurus, you might be feeling like you're being shaken out of your normal kind of need for stability and comfort and a fixed comfortable life. So it can be a little uncomfortable. For Gemini, okay, this will be about you, about your philosophical beliefs and your kind of higher intuition, higher knowing. and higher learning. All right, it could be about your higher wisdom and your social conscience. It could be about the higher courts and man-made natural laws, and publishing even as well. You know, this it's the break free area in this. You could be really looking into some higher philosophies and some higher areas of learning and seeing some patterns of a bigger picture that you've never really seen before. So that's for you, Gemini. For Cancer, this for you is about joint resources, what we share with others. It's about psychological death and regeneration. It could even be about legacies and insurances, anything to do with other people's money. You could be having in for a few surprises here, and also it's that individuation and break free energy for you as well. It's where do I kind of rely on other people's money, and where am I relying on these joint resources? Okay. Now there's an element as well where it could show up for areas of mystical experiences and psychism. So, you know, you could be having some pretty awakening experiences on this full moon, especially because the moon is square to its ruler, Uranus. So it's like kapow kind of energy, okay? For Leo, this for you is in your personal relationships, all significant personal relationships, not just love kind of relationships. It's how people react to you as well. People could start to really see you as a more unique individual, or you could be showing up as a more unique, individuated individual and not compromising yourself anymore and saying, hey, this is me. You might think I'm weird, but hey, here I am anyway. It's got that kind of energy for you. All right, Leo. And it's also got an energy of in commerce and marketing as well. If you're in your own business, you could be really breaking free and saying, hey, this is me living my weird, and I'm going to show up this way anyway. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to kind of not show up for as my true self anymore. I'm going to really individuate. So Virgo, this is in the area of your everyday work, service, health, your conditions of work. It's also about your skills, okay, and a lot possibly to do with your diet and how you take care of yourself. With this break free energy, you may kind of start some new health regime that's really kind of going to break you free of a rut of daily routines or your work routines. You could really break out of a little rut and in those routines and really say, hey, I'm trying to shake things up and do things very differently. So that's where it's showing up for you. Libra. So Libra, for you, this is in your creative self-expression, which, you know, you're a creative person anyway, generally, Libra. This is anything you create which is personal to you, though, your hobbies even. But it's also lovers and your romantic inclinations and anything speculative, any gambling, that kind of thing. So it's your joy in living, really. All those kind of areas that bring you joy. It's kind of time to break it out and go and do some big finger painting or some painting with your feet or some dancing. I was going to say dancing naked, but maybe don't do that in public. Oh, Scorpio. For you, this is affecting your home and family, but also your inner soul, your inner life. So, you know, it can be anything to do with your hereditary or your actual physical home or the property that you live in. And it can be, you know, even as much with this huge break free energy in it, it could be about leaving the place where you were born and breaking free of that kind of ancestral kind of energy. But in some way, either psychologically or physically, you'll be individuating in those areas of life for sure. Okay. I've forgotten who we were on then. Scorpio. So Sagittarius. All righty. This is for you about your mental capacity. This is about writing, reading, your voice, memory, perception, even your neighbors, and short journeys. This is about really changing how you think about things, or changing how you speak up about things that you really think about a lot. So it's really breaking free of some old rigid ideas and really moving into the opposite point, which is knowing your truth. Okay. So Capricorn, this is about your value and self-worth, and how you earn your money and how you spend it, and all your material and movable material possessions. Okay. And so all your resources basically. So that's your self-worth, your self-esteem, all that you can take with you. It's kind of breaking free of attachment to that, or individuating and saying, hey, I am okay, my self-worth is okay, being kind of not breaking some rules about the self-worth and self-esteem, not what you tell me I should be, and I'm going to break out of that. So it's a kind of very freeing full moon for everybody, this one. For Aquarius, this is your life force. Okay. This is about who you are. I am. You know, Aquarius is pretty unique individuals anyway, and Aquarius rising are usually pretty unique individuals. Really, now they're really going to kind of break free of any expectations other people have on them, of any rules around their of societal rules, that is, about their outward behavior, and the health and vitality is just going to be off the charts with this full moon. So lastly, Pisces. Okay, so this for you is about your emotional responses and blocks, and your habits. This is breaking free of any self undoing and any self sabotage kind of habits that you may have. It's also about your karma. It's about breaking free of any kind of karma that you have, and any restrictions and limitations, limiting beliefs. You'll be really breaking free of those, and you can even set intention to really release some of those limiting beliefs. So there you have it. It's a huge full moon, everybody. Please, you know, set intentions for big release of anything that stops you individuating, particularly in those areas that I've talked about. So have a fabulous full moon on Monday the 3rd, or it's Tuesday the 4th I think in Australia and places. So peace.